Good morning. Good morning. I want to talk to you about emotionally fat. I played around before I picked up my phone to start this on which of the three things I was going to talk about today: brain, attitude, emotion. The reasons that we are heavy, the reason we're unhealthy. Even thin people are unhealthy. It's not about the number on the scales. That's huge. We need to understand that. It's about being healthy. And those things keep popping up into my head, and they're all emotional based. We are emotional beings. One of the things that, excuse my nose edge there, one of the things that stuck to my mind is the advice I gave to a friend one time who was diagnosed type 2 diabetic, who was eating a stack of 6 pancakes covered in syrup. I'm like, why? Because I like it. Um, Now keep in mind, I was almost 400 pounds when I was giving her this advice. That's nice, yeah. Same thing now. I'm right about 300, and I'm giving advice. Basically, I'm sharing a journey, as I said yesterday. But anyway, I said, but if you were with a man and let's say sex was amazing, but when you weren't having that amazing sex, he held a gun to your head and was going to kill you, would you stick with this man? And lately, I've been applying that same theory to my own eating. If I'm going to be emotional about food, let's be emotional about it. And look, when I took sugar out of my house, I like sugar. Hey, you don't get my size without your sugar. Come on, really. Sugar, potatoes, good fluffy bread on a sandwich, those are all good. Yummy. And emotionally, they satisfy a short term memory, want, desire. But in the long term, that crap is holding a gun to my head and threatening to kill me. I don't think I want to keep it around. And I got the sugar in my house like that, and I said, I like you, but you're killing our babies, and you can't live with me. You can't. I will not share my world with something that damages children. I won't do it. I won't. And that was my hard line. People need to find their hard line. Yes, it's a big deal. It's good. It's yummy. Antifreeze is sweet, but you're not going to drink it. My goodness, because you know it'll kill you. Maple syrup, it's sweet, but the crap will kill you if you have sugar issues. Same thing. Treat it the same way. Change. You can change your emotions. Your emotions are within your control. You just have to identify. Whoops, there went my phone. You have to identify what that emotion is and what's the driver. Was it, birthday cake? When you have a piece of birthday cake, are you remembering all your happy little birthday parties when you were a child? So switch your memory. You can do that. Yes, they are. But hey, how about balloons? Hmm. Some people have balloons. Why don't you get that same attachment with balloons as you do sugar? Because balloons don't create a chemical addiction in your body like sugar does. Sugar can create the same deadly effects and as alcohol and is equally as addictive as cocaine. I don't know. I heard it on one of those. So if you're overweight, type 2 diabetes, depression, hurt all the time, you have you're tense all the time, you're angry all the time. That's part of that is renal fatigue. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give all the criteria and diagnosis, but I'm saying that's something to look into. hmm You could very well be hurting your kidneys right now. um, it's abusing you. And if you had a person, and here's another difference. You had a person in your life and they were abusing you, you can't control another person. You can't. You can only control what's going on with you. And you would have no problem getting rid of that other person. But if it's a food, it has no sense of thought or reasoning. You are 120% in charge of that food. Once you identify, dude, you're killing me. Get it out. Get it out. And oh, you will feel so much better. The emotions will be higher because it won't be clouded with depression. Hey, I could stop taking my antidepressants. I'm sleeping all night. Yay. I'm not a nervous wreck every time I have to leave my house. The only thing I changed, got rid of the carbs, got rid of the sugar. You'd be amazed at how much clearer your brain is, how much um, better you feel emotionally without it than you did emotionally with it. There are memory connections. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. You have to break through that. There are desired. I mean, yeah, you put creamy ice cream in your mouth and that gooey, creamy, fatty ice cream that's smooth as silk on your tongue. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But now that I am physically able to help people, physically able to help my parents. Starting today, I'll be helping my brother out with something. Physically, I'm able to do that. That lasts longer than that little bit of spoonful of ice cream on my tongue. And it feels better, clear down in the soul. Physically, you eat it, 24 hours, it turns to poop. Be honest, that's what it does. And it's gone. The only thing that's not gone is the damage from the insulin spikes, the damage to the brain, the damage to the joints, because um, plays a huge role in inflammation, which is part of the reason why people are dying of heart attacks, not because of fatty, but because of inflammation. Do your research. It's there. It's all over the place. You can, if you have access to the internet, and obviously you do if you're watching this, then you have access to Netflix, YouTube. Netflix charges YouTube. You don't have to pay for it. Hey, I get all kinds of free medical advice. I recommend you turn on um, Dr. Eric Westman, professor at Duke University. Hey, there's some credentials right there. Dr. Mark Hyman, he is a doctor at Cleveland Clinic. There are some more credentials that you can look up. Dr. Eric Berg, who is a holistic chiropractor who applies this to his life. Dr. Oh, don't tell me I forgot. Never mind, I'll come back to it. Anyway, Dr. Jason Fung, an endocrinologist. Did I say that right? Did I do it? Ah, from Canada. Dr. Ken Berry from Tennessee. I'm promising you're gonna love Ken Berry. Get you a dose of that. He is informative. He is entertaining. He is intelligent. He is applying this in his medical studies or medical practice. His wife Nisha, who's a nurse, and they're living this lifestyle. I'm telling you, there is research, and they're the ones doing the footwork. They're the ones doing the legwork on making you understand. Because hey, I'm a housewife. In my life, I was a housewife, bus driver, taxi, and bar owner. I don't do charts. I'm not a scientist. I leave that to smart people. So let the smart people do it and learn from them. They're there, they're free. You don't cost you a thing. Just hop on the phone, hop on the internet, click on YouTube. Tim Berry, listen to him. He'll tell you. He'll tell you it's a big damn deal. Believe me, it is. And you'll change your emotional connection to food. You seriously will. and you will be so much freer. You'll be so much happier. You'll be so much more liberated. You will be the person who pulled yourself out of an abusive relationship. And there is nothing more beautiful than living life without abuse. I'm telling you, it is. I every day. I I'm the obnoxious low to no carber. I am the obnoxious one. You know the the brand new Christian. Remember? Yeah, you were so in love with Jesus, and you should still be because he's just amazing. Anyway, so in love with Jesus that you can't understand why the whole world doesn't know this. And if the whole world is in love with Jesus, it's only because they don't know. So you become the obnoxious Christian that people shut the door on. They're like, here she goes again. That's me. That's me. That's me about my low carbs. That's me about this whole new lifestyle. I feel so good. And I want everyone around me to feel every bit as good. And if you want to talk about emotional health, mm, I never felt this good about a chunk of cake. I never felt this good about the bread on a hamburger. Mashed potatoes, they're pretty close, but nowhere near, nowhere near. I'm telling you, get those emotions wrapped around it, understand what you're living in. You are living in an abusive relationship when you are living with food that damages you. Get out and you will thrive. You will be happier than you ever have. You'll have energy galore. You will your body will change. You'll get healthy. Oh, yeah, who wants that, right? You'll have so much more life to live and give once you're out of that abusive relationship. It's not even funny. You I can't even put words to it. You know, I I have people say, I don't ever think I want to live if I can't have ice cream. Oh, once you live without it, you'll understand. Mm, mm-mm, I don't need it. You know, my addiction to potato chips and Doritos, I'm telling you, that was huge. When I come back from weight loss surgery, and I live in Kansas, I had it in Oklahoma, because at the time, the one I chose wasn't being performed in Kansas. It was still just about just barely on the north side of experimental. I had the gastric sleeve almost 10 years ago. And so my daughter was driving me back home the next day. The nurse pumped me full of pain meds because, well, I just had 80% of my stomach cut out. It's a little uncomfortable for a few days. Really wasn't bad, but, for a few days. And so here I am drugged out. 2 Tylenol put me to sleep. Come on, I'm a wimp. And we passed a Dorito truck on I-35. Dorito truck. I just had weight loss surgery. I looked up and I went, bye, my friend. I'm going to miss you. Drugs, addiction, emotion. I don't know. But guess what? Guess what I didn't break? I didn't break the emotional connection. I didn't wrap my brain around it was abusing me. I did not. And so I brought them back. They were my stress eating go to. Big old bag. I'm not talking about the little individual bags. I don't have time for that. No, no. Get the whole big damn bag. The whole big family size, party size. There's a reason they call it party size. And now here I am. Here I am. Because I did not break the emotional connection. I was still emotionally fat. Now that I am allowing my emotions to play a role in this in a different light, and I am embracing the fact that, yes, I'm an emotional person. I laugh when things are funny. I cry when things are sad. And I was turning to food as an emotional crutch, but it was abusing me. So now I'm breaking that. What do you turn to as an emotional crutch? You know what I'm finding out? With this new way of eating, with this balanced hormones in my system, I don't need one as much. And when I do, things get a little tight. I turn on some music. I play with my dog Linda. I chase my cat around the house. Sometimes I'll turn on my Elvis and dance in the living room. Nobody can see me. Thank goodness. I have no rhythm. But hey, you know, and pretty soon I'm fine. I don't need emotional crutch. I don't. And once your body gets adapted, and that's a very important word to learn, is adapted. Once your body gets adapted to this way of life and your hormones start calming down, you understand. I am so much freer without that emotional baggage that you'll want to sing to the world. You'll want to sing. You know? Just start identifying it. Hey chicks, you're abusing me. You held a gun to my head and you were trying to kill me. I can't live with you. No. I my new me has no room for you. My life is full now. You don't fit. It's full of happiness. It's full of spending time with my grandchildren. It's full of helping my parents. It's full of helping my brother. It's full of going to be with my grandbabies while my third grandbaby's being born. It's full of going on vacation and actually enjoying it. I don't have room for you anymore. I don't have room for you, Doritos. I don't have room for you, Freddy's ice cream. Mm-mm. Because you're abusing me, and I don't have time to be abused. I'm too busy having fun. And when you get there, it's such a beautiful life to live. It is so crazy beautiful. You'll stop hurting, and you'll want to do more. You'll be able to do more. It is. I can't. Like I said, I can't say too much. Look at it. Are you if someone threatens to say, you can never have bread again, do you go into an emotional tizzy? He's like, oh my God, I won't, I can't live without bread. Well, guess what? Yes, you can. And guess what? People like it once you do it, but you have to do it. And you have to go through that about a week or so. And I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. It is not a fun week. Some people it's 2 weeks. You have to make the emotional decision that you're going to give it your all for that first couple weeks. I'm not even talking about a lifetime of craving. I'm not talking about a lifetime of feeling deprived. Because once you get to that initial time, you don't miss it. You don't miss it. And it was strange for me when a friend said, when I said something about your chips, and she's like, "Boo!" And I said, "You won't miss it. I'm promising you, you won't miss it." Once you get adapted, I'm gonna say that over and over again. Once you get adapted, what does it mean by adapted? Adapted means your chemistry in your body now starts looking to fat source for energy instead of glycogen and glucose stores. And so once that happens, then your brain is freer and clearer. Your body is freer and clearer. Your insulin levels are exactly where they're supposed to be. And honest to goodness, at 53 years old, being fat from the time I was 9 days old in the nursery after being born. So we're talking like a day old, and the nurses are laughing about how fun it is to play with the fat little rolls on my legs. I can tell you something about food cravings. And I can tell you something about them going away. And oh, honey, I, yeah, I'm letting my emotions out. I'm telling you, this is freaking amazing. Once you grasp this, it's amazing. And you can find you on YouTube. That's where I went. I'm gonna be honest. That's where I went. I was looking for inexpensive knowledge, and I'm the worst library visitor in the world. I love books, and I don't like to take them back. Yeah, nope. So while I'm cleaning my house, I'll just turn on a YouTube, see, and that was my go-to. Google, at your fingertips, type in fatty liver, see what it says. Type in insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome. Type in um, sugar versus depression. Oh, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. 6 months ago, no, this is 8 months. So 8 months ago, it was in January, December, December up until May. Um, I got hit with a severe bout of depression, and I sat. My doctor put me on. I was on anti-anxiety medicine. I tried different antidepressants. Finally, there was one, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. I can get up out of the chair now. I don't want to stay up very long, but I can get up now. I got up, I walked outside, I turned around, I came back. So yeah, that's how bad I was. I sat. And my psychiatrist, or no, my not psychiatrist, but my therapist, he says, at our initial visit, do you want to hurt yourself? That was that bad. Are you thinking about killing yourself? And I had tears running down my face, and I told him, no, because first I'd have to get out of the recliner and get the gun. And I don't want to get out of the recliner. I don't want to get out of the recliner. And I did that therapy and medication. And the doctor was wanting to give me even another medication. A therapist once every 2 weeks and doctor once a month. Until May. And I said, something's got to give. I can't do this. I don't want to take medication all my life. That medication, I'm not anti-medication, but be real. Be real. Some of that medication can kill you in one way while it's fixing you in another. Oh, yeah, no. I don't want to put stuff in my body that I don't need. And so I remembered all my life, if I had sugar, I fought depression. And then I looked back at what put me in that recliner, and I was trying to run a couple businesses. They were food-based businesses. One of them was a diner and one of them was a bar. And at the diner, we're talking the whole biscuits and gravy and homemade pies and everything fried in vegetable oil. We'll go over that one again one of these days. We'll talk about that. Everything was breaded. Oh my goodness. And I made pork tender sandwiches that were just amazing. I even at one point made homemade hamburger buns. Oh my goodness. Yes. I was in the height of my glory, sort of. Physically, at being as overweight as I was at that point, I topped in at 340, somewhere on there. So physically, standing on your feet all the time, I couldn't hardly walk. I was eating all those carbs. I'd leave the diner. Sometimes I'd go over to the bar, which was 30 miles away. I'd have the bartender make me, oh, there is a drink, I have to tell you, that it's called a shark bite. People might know about it. But since I was working, I didn't want a shark bite because I'm a wimp. 2 Tylenol put me to sleep. One good drink will make me loopy. So I asked her to make me a shark nibble, which was the same drink, just in a little rocks glass instead of in the 16-ounce glass now. So, but it has alcohol. It has little grenadine. It had blue carousel, which is all sugar. And I think it had a little Sprite. I don't know. She made it for me. I didn't make that one. Nice, sweet. Tasted like a sweet tart. See where I'm going? And I mean, so it wasn't like I was hitting the bar and hitting the booze, just a little something because I just need to relax from all day at the diner. And then I drink Sprite. Sprite. Sugar and water and fake flavoring. Sprite. Oh, yeah. I lost my restaurant because I wasn't able to focus. I wasn't able to organize my thoughts. And the books got out of hand. I was trying to be everywhere and I couldn't. I couldn't really stand because of what I did to my body, my feet, my knees. Every time I would step, it would feel like someone was cutting that tendon under my feet. And I was just power through it, Condi, power through it. You can do it, power through it. Eat a Dorito because emotionally I'm drained. Drink a glass of Sprite. Throw a little sugar flavoring coffee mate into my coffee. Have my cook make me a biscuit and gravy. Oh, I'd put an egg on it. There's your protein. And then to the diner or to the bar. Fried foods. Yeah. Jalapeno poppers. Come on. That's not jalapeno poppers and Sprite is not supper. And especially if it's happening at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. It's not. Yeah. That's what put me in the recliner. I lost it. I lost the restaurant. I lost the bar. I had so much fun in them. I loved my restaurant and my bar. But because I allowed allowed myself to stay in an emotional relationship at that time, or abusive relationship, that's what I'm trying to say. Abusive relationship with food, with sugar, with carbohydrates. It affected my body, it affected my mind, and it affected my ability to run my businesses, and I lost them. And as I sat in that recliner, I was losing my house too. Now, and yeah, it does make me sad. I'm sorry. I love those places. I see people around town, they're like, oh, Condi, we loved your diner. It was some of the best food we had. And I was like, I know, and I loved you guys. And I had so much fun making that food for you. And guess what? I'm still making food. Oh, honey, let me tell you about the food I'm making now. But now I'm living in a rental house. And I'm happier than I have been in years. Now, I don't have my businesses, but I have my health. Now, I'm able to help people and be a support to people. because I have my freedom back. I am out of the abusive relationship and I am so free to do things like go. I'm going on vacation in a few weeks. Chair asked me, he says, so how are you gonna do this and go to Amores? I said, well, maybe I won't go to Amores. You're kidding me. That Amores in Eureka Springs, Arkansas is an Italian restaurant that has the most amazing marinara sauce. That he is under strict orders. Every time he takes me to Eureka Springs, he must take me to Amores. And I just told him, maybe I won't go. Maybe she doesn't have anything on her menu that is low carbs or zero carbs. I won't go. And I can't imagine she does. Because I'm not going to go to a place. I'm not going to let a place, a restaurant, control my happiness. I'm not going to let it put me back into an abusive relationship. And once you start understanding that this connection to certain food items that aren't healthy is abusive, then it's not so hard to get it out of your life. It's not. If a man held a gun to your head and threatened to kill you, you'd have no problem getting him out of your life. The sugar, potato chips, potatoes, the bread, the pasta, the rice, the cereal, the skim milk, the fruit juice. Yes, I said fruit. We'll talk about that another time. Fruit juice. They're holding a gun to your head. They're trying to kill you. And you are 100% in control of that. And once it's gone, you will feel so good everywhere else. Emotionally, you won't miss it. You won't. All righty. Have a good day. Love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.